Dwarfism, a disease that is widely discussed throughout history and that many of our four-legged friends have. But what actually is it, and how is it selectively bred for? Dwarfism is defined as an abnormally short stature, height, or limbs due to inhibited bone growth. It usually arises from an inherited or sporadic genetic mutation, but can also be a result of a hormone deficiency syndrome and many other medical issues. In this video, we hope to show how dwarfism is genetically inherited in animals and what issues arise when breeders selectively breed for this trait. There are over 300 types of dwarfism, but today we will be focusing on achondroplasia. Achondroplasia is a form of disproportionate dwarfism, which basically means the limbs of the individual will be short, affecting their height, but the torso remains the normal size. There are three types of achondroplasia. You have achondroplasia, hypochondroplasia, and pseudoachondroplasia. Achondroplasia and hypochondroplasia both affect the FGFR3 gene, whereas pseudoachondroplasia affects the COMP gene. The FGFR3 gene stands for fibroblast growth factor receptor. These receptors play a vital signaling role in the development of epithelial growth plates, which are responsible for lengthening of the bone growth. Mutation to these receptors prevent normal bone development, resulting in dwarfism. The COMP gene stands for cartilage oligomeric matrix protein gene. Therefore, this mutation affects the cartilage development, resulting in abnormal limb growth in individuals. Achondroplasia is a substitution mutation directly in the FGFR3 gene. In substitution mutations, one base in the DNA is replaced with another. In many cases, this doesn't result in a change in amino acid in the polypeptide chain, as multiple codons code for the same amino acid. However, in this case, when a single guanine base is replaced with an adenine base, or a guanine base to a cytosine base at a nucleotide 1128, arginine is placed at a position of 380 of the protein instead of glycine. This causes the mutated protein to form abnormal side chains between arginine side chains and results in unregulated signal transduction through the FGFR3 receptor, effectively inhibiting chondrocyte production, which are important in producing and maintaining cartilage. The impact of this disrupted cartilage production causes abnormally short limbs and distinct facial features. It is most common in Basset hounds, Welsh corgis, dachshunds, Skye terriers, and French bulldogs. Hypochondroplasia is a mild form of achondroplasia, but is caused by a transversion mutation on the FGFR3 gene, which is a single point mutation where a purine, which is an adenine or guanine, is substituted for a pyridamine, which is a cytosine or a thymine. In the case of hypochondroplasia, it is a C to an A, and most cases are associated with an N540K mutation, where lysine is substituted for an asparagine, and being a mutation on the same gene, the impact is similar to that of achondroplasia. It is most common in dachshunds, Basset hounds, and Welsh corgis. Pseudoachondroplasia is one of many mutations in the COMP gene, but the most common is a deletion of the 469th amino acid, aspartic acid. A deletion mutation is where a fault in the DNA replication leads to the loss of a part of the normal DNA sequence. In this case, the result is the protein not being secreted, but instead collecting in the chondrocytes, ultimately poisoning and killing them. This is most common in miniature poodles, Great Danes, Irish setters, Scottish deerhounds, and St. Bernards. The mutations in the FGFR3 gene and COMP gene are both autosomal dominant traits. This means that only one affected parent is needed to produce an offspring with dwarfism, as even if the offspring receives one normal copy of the gene from the unaffected parent, it will be masked by the abnormal copy of the affected parent. While dwarfism may be regarded as a cute and favorable trait in companion animals, abnormal bone growth can cause large ranges of health issues impacting the individual's welfare. Such issues include hypertonia, sleep apnea, sudden death infant syndrome, limited range of motion in elbows and hip joints, difficulty breathing due to flattened rib cage, issues walking due to short bent limbs and enlarged joints, hyperextension, joint pain, osteoarthritis, and scoliosis. This is why it is important to discourage selective breeding for dwarfism and spread awareness, as it greatly reduces risk of costly health complications, and if a pet owner is unaware of this, they may not be able to provide adequate care for the animal.